All right, we will begin. Joanne Brand, congratulations. Congratulations.
This was my first series, and I have to say that everything Erhard's been talking about is true. When I came to the open house that first time, 9 weeks ago, I guess it was, I just felt that there was something here for me. And the sense of community somebody mentioned, I really like these guys. They're very supportive. It's a very positive place. And my life has literally changed in 8 weeks. I could gush on for hours, but I won't. So, thank you.
Mary Kilmer. Congratulations, Mary.
Thank you. So, I have really enjoyed this past series. In my life, I'm a music teacher. I teach children, and they are wonderful beings to be around. But I really appreciate you folks here, being able to talk to you about anything, and always having the sense that I am accepted for who I am. And I was talking to one of us recently about how, we don't always know so many details about our lives here, but I have a sense that I know everybody really well, even though I don't know some of the most common details that people share. And that really means something. We connect on a deeper level, and that's rare. This series, I have really appreciated the stress release response, which is a set of 7 steps that really can make the difference between functioning in life in a distracted, stressed out state, and being able to just go with ease through whatever takes place. And so I really appreciated learning those 7 steps and practicing them. So I thank you very much.
And with distinction, Brian Lewis. Congratulations, Brian.
Thanks. Hi, everybody. I'm Brian, and I'm a local real estate agent, and I've been in the program almost 2 years now. And this series, I had some pretty bad obstacles, physical obstacles to overcome. And the cool thing about the program, and especially this series, like Mary was talking about the stress release response, but overcoming obstacles was one of the week's lessons. And I kept, while I was down with a bad back and then a flu, literally couldn't get out of bed for almost 5 days. I kept going back I kept hearing Erhard saying, "This too is a way of experiencing being." And I literally went back to that minute by minute. And my goal reward, I'll share my goal reward. So every series we set a goal for ourselves, and we call it our reward, and we do an art piece that revolves around that goal reward, and it becomes a focus throughout the series. And mine, this series, was continuous realization of the being that I am through daily meditation. And let me tell you how tough it is to be in that state when you're down for the count and in pain and can't get out of bed. But I kept going back, kept hearing Erhard in my head going, this is just another way of experiencing being. And the community in the program and the stuff that you learn how to get over that, get past that obstacle, that physical obstacle that would normally send you into a tizzy and make you forget about who you are and what you really are all about. As long as you can continue to focus, it really helps you manage pain. It's amazing how much you can manage the pain and how much you can focus your awareness on being, and it actually magnifies your awareness of your being. It makes you understand how precious the fact that you are is. And so, thank you for the program, Erhard. Thank you for the series. I'm glad you guys are all here.
Dan Simon. Congratulations, Dan.
Well, this has been a good series for me as well. And like the past, I think it was the past 3 students up here, I agree as far as, the sense of community is something is very good here. And, it's not everywhere else in my life where I have people that have that common interest of being in this, sharing these experiences and, sharing a common, goal in life is to be fulfilled, to know who you really are. And, it's, and then also, it's huge to have a teacher, that we have direct experience and community with. And then as far as, I'm an engineer, and one of the things in this series we talked about is being an authority in your life. And I feel like in my job, it really helps as far as to have more effective communication with people. And just not only my job, but, in my personal life too. So I really appreciate this series. I appreciate you, Erhard. I appreciate the students. I appreciate the guests.
And this program also takes place by correspondence in different parts of the world. And by correspondence, Regina Swib. Congratulations, Regina.
She may be ill.
Here she is.
I'm just a little bit, I've got a bit of a cold, so,
Can you up the volume?
Regina, can you raise the volume a little bit?
I'm not sure. Is that better, or?
Maybe.
Well, yeah, I'm just a little bit sick right now, so maybe I could go just. Thank Erhard for his teaching and the meetings. I found them to be very quickly effective for me. And I'm sorry about the echo. Maybe I could just ask this. Do you want me to continue, or? A little bit annoying, I think.
Yeah, I think that's okay, Regina, but thanks for saying something.
Yeah, it's a little, well, I had a long spiel, but I know it's echoing, so it's not going to work. But thank you, thanks very much. I'll get back to you.
Okay. All right, let's move on.
All right, Fran, Rich, we're going to try, also up there. Molly, Michelle, who's not here, but I have something to say for her, and Lisa.
Okay. With distinction, Fran Simon. Congratulations.
You heard my name is Fran. I began a teaching career, elementary teaching career over 40 years ago. So learning is very important to me. Knowledge is very important to me. And one of the things that I have become aware of in this series is how I can have a new and deeper appreciation of certain concepts and words. We talk a lot about integrity in this series, and we all really think we know what that means as applied to relationship with other people. We know that it means loyalty, acceptance, and love. But if we don't here's what I learned, that there's a deep significance to having integrity toward yourself, to have that same kind of relationship with yourself that you have with others, because a lot of times people treat others, who really are no others, but they treat others better than they treat themselves. And that's that's wrong. That's, a mixed up order of things. So the deep significance of having integrity toward yourself, loyalty, acceptance, love, so that you can radiate that back out. It comes from inside and out, and then gets reflected back. So, I'd like to thank Erhard, and thank you all. I'm so appreciative of having you here to share this experience with us.
And by correspondence, Dr. Richard Tran.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, great. Yeah, my name is Richard Tran. I'm a chiropractor here in Washington State. I used to live there in San Diego. And what I've really gained throughout the years in being part of this work has really spanned so many different ways. I mean, I could talk about it for hours, but in particular, with my profession in chiropractic, we face a lot of tension, in particular with working with a variety of different patients. And what it's really helped me to realize is about having a real relationship with those patients through cultivating the relationship within myself. It's taken away a lot of tension. It's increased the connection that I have with the people that I serve. And on even a more personal level, it's really helped in the relationship that I have with my children. Probably my other part-time career, I guess, is my homeschooling of my kids. And they're about 6 and 3 right now. And just through this series of self-empowerment, I've grown to know self-empowerment as not just some thing of being headstrong with yourself, but allowing life to just unfold and being fun with it. I recently have this finger puppet that I play around with my kids, and it's just given me a chance to just be with them in a different way that just really brings about a sense of liveliness. But, through this work even, I allow myself to experience myself on different levels. So that makes things really fun. And I have, Erhard to thank for this, all of everyone there, and this program continues to unfold for me.
Okay, thank you. With distinction, Molly Malone.
Well, my name is still Molly, and I am a life coach, a life satisfaction coach, and I used to think that I knew what life satisfaction was all about until I came here. And I think for me, the greatest gain during this particular series has been around what Fran was talking about, is the integrity and the importance of being in impeccable integrity with ourselves. And I always thought of myself as a person of integrity, and I think most of us probably do when it comes to other people. But I started noticing all of the little places where I was just slipping by the internal decisions that I had made about what I was going to do, how I was going to do it. And something really popped for me this series, where I feel as if I've been freed. Life is so easy and smooth, and I know it has to do with really tackling this issue of inner integrity and personal integrity. And I never, ever, ever would have approached this if it hadn't been for Erhard and this program. So I'm really grateful.
With distinction, Michelle Perlich.
I'm not Michelle, but she emailed me something since she wasn't able to be here tonight. This series has had a huge impact on me, especially in knowing the difference between the ego self and the true, ever-pervasive being that I am. The empowerment truly comes from that being, and it comes naturally. I also realize how interconnected our group truly is, and also the world. Thank you.
Okay. And while you're here, with distinction, Pam Reed. Congratulations.
Thank you. This was a really supremely powerful experience for me, this 8 weeks. A lot of what Molly and Fran said was very important to me too about self-integrity. And part of that integrity is actually aligning myself, which is what we learn to do in meditation. There were so many wonderful examples. Last weekend, I was at my 50th reunion at Berkeley. And you know, us kids from the 60s, we had a lot of fun, you know? And so it was this wonderful group of about 250 of us, very small portion of our graduating class, obviously. But it was a great group. And I could tell, I mean, I was just with everybody, even though I didn't know them from school, because it's such a big school. There was a relationship there that was so obvious. We all felt interconnected, and we knew we were, you know, from some sense that they knew, even though they hadn't had Erhard to know that truly by experience. I was asked by the person who was in charge of the microphone, happened to be a friend of mine who I'd gone to high school with and college, he kind of challenged me to get up and speak. There were a few people who spoke about their experiences at Berkeley. And I got up not having a clue. Since he had challenged me, I got up. And I knew I had a great time at Berkeley, and I did have some wonderful experiences. And what I shared was truly from my heart, and it was truly regarding my experiences there, a couple of professors that were very special, that I saw a lot of nods in the audience. And many of us had gone into the Peace Corps. John Kennedy spoke in 1963 at Berkeley, and it had a huge impact on all of us. And I think even at that time, when he started the Peace Corps, he understood we were all interconnected. And we can't have one part of the world in suffering and expect the rest of the world to succeed. So that was the beginning, and that was 50 years ago, you know, hard to believe. So quite a few of us had gone into the Peace Corps, and that was really fun to share. But the interesting thing for me is that I got up not knowing what I was going to say, and I looked out in the audience, and it just came out naturally. It's not something that I have learned to do much, except through Erhard, just knowing who I am. A second really important experience, well, this is a general thing in that we learned about the stress release response. And when I first came, I'm a real estate broker, so many of us who are understand we're constantly tugged in many directions which can often stress us out. So what I've learned is the stress that anyone feels, especially me, is not about the circumstances or the conditions or the situations, like lying flat on his back, but about how we react to that situation or circumstance or condition. And I literally thought that the pain in my neck that I had been having for years was just a condition of life. That was just the way I was going to live. And one of the first things I learned actually when I came to the program, I bought that stress release response CD, and that's the first thing I did. And I will tell you, it's been permanently gone. And that is one incredible experience. The other thing I want to mention is we learn, and I have learned to objectively observe myself as if someone else was. And to, I see a couple of nods, I know you understand this, the silent observer, spiritual aikido, whatever you want to call it. We, without that neutral observation of ourselves, we often don't know what it is we're doing to disallow that fulfillment that we say we want. Once you can do that, then you can, as people said, be the empowered being you want to be. You know who you are, and you can take control of your life. It is easy, it is simple, and it's freeing and empowering. So I thank you, Erhard, and I thank everybody.